how it's going today. Well, let's keep my name's Dwayne.
My name's Jazz.
For Dwayne Jazz, today we have my Horibal Speling by TheOdd1sOut. I'm just reading how it is.
No. I'm just looking at you because this relates to you.
No, anyway. Just because it's on Twitter, make sure you follow us on
not
social
even on
media.
Twitter. It's not even just Twitter though. Like you'll be spelling out something, just typing.
Bruh, I'll be lazy.
And then I'll be like, it's not.
I'll be lazy. Back in the day, I had to make sure I remembered to spell it. But now that we got iPhones and phones and smartphones, and we could just misspell the word in there, correct? Autocorrect.
I'm just saying, whenever y'all see a tweet go out on like Dwayne and Jazz, it's not, well, 99% of the time it's not.
No, it's 50-50 now because Jasmine's on Twitter. Make sure you follow her and all of us in our social media, including Rocky.
But whenever something is misspelled, it's most likely you.
All right, anyway, let's.
That's like
TheOdd1sOut. How about and if you have no
Okay, class. Spell Wednesday.
it says teacher without the E.
Teach R.
I don't know how to spell Wednesday.
I'm good.
Well, James, just sound it out.
W.
Oh, okay.
Let's better sound it out.
So, like
Wednesday.
this? No,
That's what it
James,
spells. That's what it
it's
sounds like.
Wednesday.
Right.
You said sound it out, and that's how you sound it out. You think you have it bad.
Oh yeah.
You
French.
is spelled
No.
with an X.
No.
I think it comes to no surprise that I'm
French
terrible
is
at
so
spelling.
hard.
I feel like everyone in life falls into two categories. Either you're good at math and bad at reading, or
No.
you're weird. And if you've seen my other videos, you know that I'm a math boy. My mom told me that I have dyslexia because she has dyslexia and I have all the symptoms, but we never got that diagnosed by a doctor, so you can't make
I
me
think
take
you
my
had that
meds,
sometimes.
Mom. A lot of times what I do to cover up the fact that I spell lower than a first grade level is I will purposely misspell words to the
Sure.
point where it's obviously a joke. You thought I was doing that to be funny, but it's actually because I have zero self-confidence in my spelling and I don't want anyone to point out my mistakes. I mentioned this in a different video, but in elementary school I was put into an honors program and everyone had to take spelling tests a grade ahead of their level.
Oh,
and by
God.
everyone, I mean everyone except me, because I failed every single spelling
said
test.
Kofifi.
So I had to take spelling tests that were on level. Ew. Every week when we took a spelling test, I would have to move to the back of the classroom, and the teacher would stand right next to me. She'd call out everyone else's word, which had like 8 syllables, like anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Oh,
and then she'd
get
turn to
outta
me and
here.
give me my on-level word. James, your word is cat.
Come on now.
Also, one year our class did a spelling bee, and everyone had to participate, and like, I didn't even care that I was the first one out. Hey, that's almost my name. Another thing that I mentioned
Right.
in the
The first
first
one
video
out.
is that I used to have a speech impediment when I was little. I couldn't
Aw.
pronounce my O's
My
and I
brother
talked
did.
like this. I'm good now. Obviously. So every other day during school, I had to go to a speech therapy class, and one day the teacher who
I
taught me
did.
how to pronounce my O's,
My
we'll
brother
call
had to
her
do that.
Mrs. Kool-Aid, gave me this sheet of paper with a bunch of raindrops on it, and she
Said
said, for
raindrops.
every raindrop on this page, say the word raindrop. But then she just left the room,
Raindrop.
and I said,
Drop top.
huh, well, I'm not going to do this.
Yeah,
I
you're
didn't
not
say
gonna do it.
raindrop a single time. Because, like, no one was even there. No one would have seen me not saying raindrop. So why would I
Saying
do something
raindrop.
that I didn't want to do? But then, the funny part is, when she came back, she asked, are you finished saying your
Yes.
raindrops? No. Well, how many did you say?
None.
I didn't say any. You stupid child. I told her the truth for some reason. I don't know why. It was probably the easiest lie in my life to get away with. But that's why I
mean, that's
remember the
good.
story.
He's still
I'm
telling the
still
truth,
mad at
but-
myself for telling the truth. And I had to
Right.
say raindrop a bunch of times in front of
said
her. And she
raindrop.
would only go to the next raindrop until I said it right. And it was terrible. Really hurt my feelings. Since I was
Aw.
struggling with reading and spelling, I had to get an IEP. An incredible, excellent personality.
Individual
which meant I had to go to a special class for a little bit during school. And the teacher who taught this class was none other than Mrs. Kool-Aid. Oh yeah. I don't know why I said it like that. I don't remember anyone ever telling me I was put into a special needs class. I just remember going into speech therapy every other day, and then those classes slowly morphed into teaching me how to read and spell. I don't know, I thought reading this book would have helped me talk better. 2 other kids were in the reading class with me, and I remember the day when reading for me just clicked. Us 3 were given a simple sentence to read. It was about bees. It was so simple. It was literally just, to defend their hive from wasps, bees don't sting the wasp. Instead, they all crowd around the wasp and flap their wings to raise their body temperature, heating up the wasp until it dies.
Oh.
And then Mrs. Kool-Aid asked us,
Kinda.
That's
"Hey,
true? Dang.
how do bees defend against wasps?" And the other 2 kids said, they sting them. And I said, what? No, you moans! Didn't you read this? Ah! The words in this paper have a certain order convey information. Also, I never want to get hugged by a bee. So I was in these classes all the way until the 6th grade. I was getting better at reading. It still wasn't great, but I was getting better at it. And one day, Mrs. Kool-Aid said, "You know, James, you should try competing in the Battle of the Books." Battle of the Books?
A reading
Battle
competition?
of the Books? Battle of the Books! Finally, reading sounds fun! At my school, Battle of the Books was this competition where students were given a list of 4 books to read within a time limit of like 2 months. I don't remember how long it was. And after however many months it was, the contestants would sit in an auditorium and take turns answering questions about the books. And whoever got the most questions right would get a pizza party. And that's where the battle worked.
Oh, I remember when they used to
We'd
give
kill each
pizza
other for
parties.
pizza. And then there were 2 more rounds, each with 4 more books, so there was a total of 12 books you had to read.
Oh,
And
wow.
we were allowed to be with a partner, so my partner was TJ. Hey, TJ, do you remember Battle of the Books? Yeah, man, it was great. Now, you're probably thinking that 4 books in 2 months isn't that hard, especially since they're kids' books. But as someone who didn't read any
The
books on my
Caterpillar
own outside of school,
I remember the caterpillar one.
it was a challenge.
I think everybody
but
did.
I discovered a way to cheat the system. I discovered something called audiobooks. Instead of having to sit
Cliff Notes.
still and read the book,
I like Cliff
could just
Notes
have
with Spark
someone
Notes.
read the book to me. And I would get through the book so much faster. I'd be able to read a book in about 8 hours as opposed to reading a book never, because I would never be able to finish a book on my own. And I was actually able to understand what was going on. I legitimately thought that listening to audiobooks was cheating because of how well it worked. So I never told anyone my secret until just now. Please don't tell anyone. Also, I didn't
doesn't
just
matter
turn on
now.
an audiobook and start playing video games. No, I sat in my bed next to the CD player and followed along with the book, and sometimes I even took notes. I've wanted to talk about my
okay.
love for audiobooks for so long, but I can't, because then people will think I'm getting paid by a certain company, but I'm not.
Audible.
And I'll
That's what I was thinking.
Especially
No,
when
it
you're
said
running
that.
on quality audiobooks made by professionals, you guys should all check out LibriVox.org, where you can listen to free public domain audiobooks, which means there's only old-timey classical books on it, like Aesop's Fables, which in my opinion is all you need. Anyway, TJ and I did the Battle of the Books, and for one of the rounds, TJ was sick, so I had to answer
Ooh.
the questions all by myself, and I
Dang.
never forgave him for that. And also, the whole time, I was keeping track of everyone's points, and me and TJ
You
got
said
the
loser.
most
I was
questions right.
kidding.
My math skills are finally being useful. I was already craving the pizza. After the last round, the teacher said, "Okay, I'll tally up
Why
all
she look
the
like
points
that
and
now?
let you all know who the winner is in a couple of weeks." But since I was keeping track of
Couple of
everyone's
weeks?
score,
Forget
I
about
already
it.
knew we won. I turned to TJ and I said, "TJ, guess what? We already..." Oh, this is the round that you were saying. How did I not notice that until just now? But then, a couple of weeks go by, and I'm not hearing any news about a pizza party.
Uh-oh.
I was expecting to
He
walk
didn't
into
win.
class one day, and there would just be a pile of pizza boxes waiting for me. But that never happened. The teacher in charge of the competition was the librarian, so one day I went up to her and I asked, "So, did you ever say who won the Battle of the Books? Also, my favorite pizza is barbecue chicken." And she said,
Ew.
"Oh, these 2 5th graders won." So the Battle of the Books was for both 5th and 6th graders.
Dang.
I was a 6th grader, so I went to all the 6th grader battles, but apparently there was some low-life 5th grader who got
Who
every
got
single
graders,
question
though.
right and stole my pizza party. And that taught me a valuable lesson. Even when you work hard, you
You still don't
always
get a
get what you
reward.
want.
Yeah.
But that's okay, because one day you'll be an adult and you can buy all the pizza you want without having to read first.
That was a great lesson at the end.
Yeah,
That's
it
pretty
is.
dope, yeah.
Because you may not get rewarded for a lot of the stuff that
Right.
you do.
So I remember the Caterpillar book. I think I did take a speech class. Some type of class. I can't even remember.
I didn't even know my brother took a speech class until I found out that he was getting out of class earlier than I did. Because I'll be sitting there and like he'll get out of class and go like have it. Just to me, it seemed like fun time because we're a year apart. So anywhere he goes, I went. So I was in class and then I would see, oh yeah, Marcus is going to a class here, and he would like be outside of class. I'm like, that's not fair. Like, why does he get to go? Like, so I asked my mom, I was like, why does he get to go and I can't go? And then she's like, no, he has a special class that he needs to go to for a speech. And I was like, well, he's out of class. I was like, I want to be out. I want to be out of class. I don't like this. I want to get out. And she was like, no, like you stay in school. So I used to hate it. I was jealous. I didn't know that it was like something that was wrong.
Right.
But I was just mad because of that. But I did use Cliff Notes and Spark Notes, not in elementary, but like in
No,
high
in
school, I
college.
didn't read one single book. After high school, after 9th grade in high school through college, I didn't read not one book that was told to be read. I
Right.
did not read not one.
Right.
I use Cliff Notes and Spark Notes. Maybe Spark Notes may not be there, may be there still.
I use other people.
Yeah, see, now you did that, but I never read not a single one.
I used to get a partner and then we just go ahead and knock it out. Be like, yeah, I'll read the first half, you read the second half, and you tell me what your half was about, and I'll tell you what the first half was about.
I don't like reading, so
that's how I did it. That's how I did that.
But like when the teacher would ask, like, oh, like you have to have the books. Like I would always have the book, but I never like really read it. So like if we're like in class or reading it, I'll be on the page that they're on, and I would just read the last word to see which one to turn the page on, and then after that I just draw.
Right. If you got a homie, you could do my method where you split the book in half. You get somebody get the first, other homie gets the second.
But then y'all might end up like him, who said like he had to answer all the
right.
parts
But no, what you make sure that if I'm sick, you know, you gotta also expect for the unexpected. If they get sick, you know, make sure you cliff note them things. Like I was about to say, go back to yours.
Yeah,
make sure you get the rest. But if you can,
we got those assignments that they would try to like trip you up. Like some of the teachers found out that we were like doing that, so she was like, "No, you have to read specific pages here to here." Little did she know, I know how to do that on those websites. So
right.
I would read the little summary, like, got it.
Got it. Anyway, guys, this is Combo Social.
Don't forget to like and share. Deuces.